Tonight's guest is Renee Harr, and she's the founder of Harr Fitt. Now, Harr Fitt, I didn't know a lot about it. I do see a lot of your Instagram stuff. Hopefully I spelled everything right. It feels right.
Oh, yeah.
But Renee's built a complete no-nonsense approach to fitness. From what I see, and fitness is so trend. It's a trend now. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, everybody's doing something. There's fasting programs. There's take this pill, the shot that I don't even want to say it. Everybody's on that shot that was for diabetes, and now everybody's using it for weight loss and blah 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 blah. But anyways, what I like about Renee and what I've seen about Harr Fitt is that it cuts through all those trends. It's not about quick fixes. It's not about all that social media BS stuff. She's actually living and doing what you believe in, and you started Harr Fitt. Harrfitt.com if you want to check them out. She's helping real people build strength, confidence, sustainable habits. It's about lifestyle, and I think that's the secret to any success and anything you're trying to do. It can't just be a fad. You got to commit, right? So if you've ever felt overwhelmed, I know it's new year, new me. It's just just the beginning of February now, but everybody wants to do that. But if you've ever felt overwhelmed by working out or dieting or just trying to take that health turn in your life, if you're burnt out or if you're even confused by fitness, which I am, because again, there's so many options out there and there's so much advice online. This conversation hopefully will definitely be for you. Renee, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, so let's get into the who, what, where, when, why. Who are you? Tell me about Harr Fitt. Like, what's your story?
All right. So my name's Renee Harr.
Mm-hmm.
And my story is I've been working as a teacher at a school. And so I love teaching. And but it's a lot. It's a lot to teach middle schoolers or high schoolers.
I was going to ask which.
Yes.
Which grade?
So before kids, I was a high school teacher and taught math, which I loved. And then it got progressively harder just to do your job. And then I stayed home with the kids for about 4 years. During that time, I set a goal to eventually be a PE teacher at the same school that my kids were at.
Sure.
So we moved to Trinity, and I got a job at a really great school. My kids were there. I was teaching PE middle school, so I checked that manifestation off. Mm-hmm. But being a teacher and being a mom of, at that time, a VPK and a kindergartner, and then, and then a first grader. Now I have a first and a third grader. It's a lot mentally.
Oh, yeah.
And I really felt like for PE, I was going to have that. I want to teach these kids real personal fitness. Mm-hmm. And I really want to teach them to have this great lifestyle and make these choices. And all they wanted to play was capture the flag and then argue about it all the
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, I love being a teacher, but I'm not really pursuing like my passion.
Right.
And I, at the time, was also a health teacher. And being a health teacher, you talk about finding those things that make you happy. I taught this leadership class, and we were talking about these things that these strong kids do. It's a book that we read as a class. And I just felt really motivated to really pursue my passion. So I talked with my husband. He agreed for me to quit teaching as a school teacher full time. And I got a job at the first yoga studio that would take me, started working the desk, started teaching yoga again. And then I just kept on getting this really good feedback. They liked my music. They liked my vibe. They liked my energy.
I like your moves.
I'm like, man, am I just like tooting my own horn here, or am I a likable instructor?
Sure.
So I said, okay, well, let's pull the trigger, let's do it, and let's see where it goes.
Sure.
So I started Harr Fitt, and I just wanted to bring fitness and fun to whoever wanted it, and So that's what happened. That's
So,
how
and
it
what
started.
year? What was what's the foundation year of Harr Fitt?
Oh my gosh, August.
Oh wow, it just started.
August. Yeah.
Oh, because dude, looking on your Instagram and stuff, it looks like you've been and you have been fit and healthy and aware and intentional for many years. So that makes a lot of sense. But it comes off online to me, at least as like a nobody looking at it for relatively the first time.
Yeah.
I'm not your demographic, but
Everybody's
sure. No, I know. Pam's been on my butt about health. And it is important. And it's interesting too. I think as you get older, it's like it becomes super, super more important. My parents weren't, health wasn't a big thing, right? Coming from an Italian family. Like my parents, they weren't into sports either. So we didn't grow up with like my sister. We have one sister who was like super athletic, played soccer, did the whole thing. She's like, and her and now my other sister are like, they're all about them gains and grow. And it's they're super intentional now, but growing up, like we were like my parents were definitely creative and musical. And so a lot of us went that direction. Right. But, health wasn't a priority. Right. And so now I have a mom that has diabetes. Now I have a brother who at 48 had a heart attack, his first heart attack, hopefully his last heart attack. Right.
Yeah.
And it becomes really real. And then I have a nurse practitioner wife who, works in cardiac. And so now it's like, oh shit, dude, like it does matter that you move. It does matter that you move your bones and watch what you eat and get good sleep and, and take care of yourself. All these things are really, really important, for longevity, and now I mentioned this earlier is like with the influx of information, Renee, that's all over. Who do you listen to?
I don't know. I have no
idea.
idea.
So who do you turn to? Like who inspires you? Who I don't know if the word mentor is, but who are your go-tos online, and who would you recommend for somebody that's looking, and how do you spot the posers or the bullshit that's out there?
Yeah. When I really started working out, I was 18. That was 2003, and there was no like you just did what you and you found people and you asked them questions, and the guys I dated, we worked out. And then I met my husband, and he works out.
Super fit. Yeah. Very fit human being.
He's very
he's very intentional. Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
No, but you guys look great though.
But it's the one thing we don't. So we're very consistent with it. Even on our off days, weeks, months, years, even. I go to him for information, and I go to him if I need, like, hey, am I doing this right?
Some feedback.
Yeah, just
motivation.
Some feedback, because
that's great.
It is a lot of information. But I do like listening to podcasts. I just started listening to this one, and it blew my mind because what she was saying. Now, I love lifting heavy weights. Once I got introduced to lifting heavy weights and watching your body change and eating more healthy foods, protein, and how your body changes, it was incredible. And then I wanted to do this bodybuilding competition, so I found these. That's when I really started doing research online, and everything was just lift heavy weights, watch your macros, eat your protein, 6 meals. That was what I did. That's just what it was. This is consistent information. But recently, I swear it was 2 weeks ago, I listened to this Pilates instructor who was also a professional physical therapist. And so she really knows the body. And she was saying that you do not have to do heavy deadlifts and heavy squats to gain like the legs and the glutes that you want. And so she started talking about like the physics and the formula for muscle per square inch when you do a squat versus when you do a step up. And it was the same, if not more, when you do a step up. So just recently my mind is blown, and I've just started doing things different, not lifting super heavy. It's hard on your joints.
It's hard on your back.
It's hard on
everything. I think my sister, I I think when she first started out, everybody was really into CrossFit and
Yes.
still are. And I think that was like her intro too, right? And she always did like the Thanksgiving 5K or the turkey trot, things like that. She's always been into it. But I think she screwed up her back. And you see that with a lot of these women. And I want to be mindful because I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. But some of these women are like, yeah, what are you doing? Like, what's the goal? Right? Is the goal health and fitness, or is the goal like you want to beat your man up, or like what's going on? Because some of these girls, again, I want to be mindful to that person, but I personally don't find super yoked women attractive. I think it's kind of like it's a little too masculine for me. Like now, to your credit, there's a lot of femininity over here. Is that the word? Femininity. There's a lot. I don't know how many T's are in there. There's a lot of them. But yeah, so there's a feminine approach to health and fitness, and there's women that are doing that. But then there's this really weird kind of thing. And these girls aren't in competition other than with the internet, right? Or on Instagram. Yeah. So like, where's that balance there? And again, I hope what I was saying isn't offensive, right? You get what I'm saying? Like it looks unhealthy.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks unnatural. Maybe that's the better word.
Yeah. Girls are freaking buff. And guys are getting skinny. It's just nobody
Guys
knows.
are getting fat. Girls are getting buff. Yeah, what is happening?
It's crazy. So, okay, I never went into CrossFit, probably because John didn't. And probably because the injury, just the things that they do is, I don't know. I don't want to lift that much weight over my head in a squat. Like,
well, it's called high intensity, right? Like, or high impact, right?
Yeah,
high impact. Yeah.
They call it like their workouts are functional fitness. The way they do their pull-ups is different. But I'll tell you what, I absolutely love watching those CrossFit games. It's incredible what these people do with their bodies. Like the handstand walk is absolutely insane. Right. So I never actually did CrossFit, but there's a local gym here, and can I shout out local gyms?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for context, this whole podcast is about local businesses or local people up to local stuff. We're here in Trinity. And by local, I mean Pinellas County, Pasco County, Hernando County. I don't give a shit. Yeah. You come on the show. Yeah. If you want to be on the show, come on the show. Hit me up.
Definitely. Yeah. So shout out to BCMF, Maria there. I love her gym so much, and it's very women-centered, but all people go there, men, women, young, kids, older, and they bring a mix of CrossFit, but like functional bodybuilding. And I met another girlfriend who is a teacher, her name also Maria. She's a personal trainer. And she's a wealth of knowledge. I started meeting these people that are super like-minded, and we started working out so hard at this gym. And next thing I know, there's a competition. And Maria asked me, "Do you want to be my partner?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because if you're going to do all this working out, if you're going to be that girl that's jacked, what good is it if you're not going to like show off? Yeah,
sure. Right. If you're not going to enter competition, maybe win some money or whatever. You're right. Sure. If it's just for the gram though, and I feel like a lot of these people, it's just for the gram because I don't see how it's sustainable, number one. And if it's not sustainable, then I don't think it's healthy. Maybe even mental health. Does that make sense?
I think,
or am I being crazy?
I think it is. They look at it. It's a straight up sport. It's not a workout. It's a sport.
Sure.
You do CrossFit, and the natural side effects of that is eating a lot of food to lift the weights and to sustain the body. And the side effect of that is being freaking jacked and it's a confidence, and it releases a lot of endorphins.
Sure.
And people feel good, and they feel good when they can move that bar up another 15 pounds. So it's addicting. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, doing that BCMF CalStrong competition, it was in May, and my partner, she is 11 years older than me. So I was 40, she was 51 at the time, or maybe it was a little less. We won first place, and I'm just like, we just go. We trained so hard. We had a good support system, and you're dying though. Like, but you didn't die. That's their
Sure.
slogan. Like, but did you die?
Yeah.
No, come back tomorrow and do it again. Like,
Right.
and
Right.
you do.
So after that competition, though, did you realize, hey, okay, I did it. I checked this box. I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I'm going to go a little bit more, not softer, but a little bit more. Maybe softer is the word. I don't know. On the body, easier on the body.
Less intense.
Yeah, less intense.
Yeah,
right?
it was a check mark, and John did it too with a teammate, and it was awesome. Like us doing it, and the kids were there cheering us on. So it was a huge check mark.
Sure.
Would I do it again? I mean, that was getting up at 5 a.m. or no, 4:30, being at the gym at 5 and pushing the weights. It was and whatever the drills are, you know, you're doing them longer, you're doing them heavier. It's a lot. So I am happy that I did it, and I'm happy that I found my way back to yoga and Pilates and that, because it is so much more gentler on the body.
Sure. And to me, I feel like it's less aggro, right? It's like there's an aggression, there's a grunt. You know, when I see people doing HIIT in my brain, you know, there's a commercial and there's like the soundtracks, metal music or like, you know, heavy rock music. Whereas it's Pilates, it's like, it feels more peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah.
More fluid. It's like water. One's like stone against stone and
it's
iron.
less impact.
Yeah,
It's
you know.
very easy on the joints, very easy on the spine. You're not holding the weights. You're using springs if you're on the reformer, so there's nothing on your wrist. That was my issue. I wanted to deadlift. You know, I can't remember how much I've deadlifted. I don't know, maybe 150, but like it hurts my fingers and my forearms. I can't. And you're supposed to use the straps and all that, but it's a lot. There's a lot of things that go with, but
sure, there's like technique and stuff.
But I'll tell you what, when you're angry and you got to release, I love it. I love it so much. So
sure, I did join a gym for a while, and I was going consistently 3 days a week for months, and I never got the release that you talk about, Pam talks about, that people that are into, and for months I never got it. It was a pain in my ass. I didn't like to do it. I wasn't motivated to do it. I knew it was important. I just like, and I would go and, you know, I'm lifting things and I'm doing squats and I'm walking for 40 minutes and I'm doing all these things.
Yeah.
I found the one thing I found joy in is rucking, right? So I bought a vest. I was walking the Dunedin Causeway, like, you know, trying to do a couple days a week. And then it got crazy hot. So you don't do that anymore. But I do it inside on a treadmill in our house, right? And so I don't mind that because you put on a podcast and it's just heavy, you know, it's all around heavy weight and it's not, I'm not like bulking up.
Yeah.
And anybody can walk, doesn't require special skill, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but I guess this leads me into questions like, in your experience and in your practice, like, why do most people fail, you think? Or like, why do most people start? Like, we see gym memberships take a huge climb in January because new year, new me, and then by March or April, it's toast, right? Or most people are toast.
Yeah.
What is happening there with most people?
The why wasn't more important than... It just wasn't enough. And discipline is very hard. Discipline is very hard.
Sure.
To do things that you don't want to do. Another podcast I was listening to was about dopamine, and it says the first thing you got to do is the things that you don't want to do, because then you're kind of like pain and pleasure. You're heavier on the pain because you got up early, you went to the gym, and you had to do the shower, and you had to actually cook your breakfast and not just throw something in the microwave. That's like painful, but then when you do like kind of hit that social media kick, like you get the scroll, okay, now you're balanced out. Or you watch a show, now you're balanced out. Or you do that thing that's pleasurable, you're balanced out. But it is hard. It's not easy.
So how do you stay motivated?
You want to know a really weird thing that I don't tell people?
Well, you're about to tell everybody.
So there's this guy that I used to work with, and he was like this, his name's Mark Casey. So shout out to him. And he does this project called Unbelievable. And it's about like building confidence with also personal protection, how to like fight for yourself. I don't know why the word, it's not coming.
Yeah, like self-defense.
Self-defense.
Yeah,
there it
gotcha.
is. Ding, ding. Okay.
That's why I'm here.
And so, and this is another word you might have to help me with because I don't use big words. It's just what I don't. But
No, well, I nailed it with femininity, so I'm your guy.
Is it indignation? Indignation?
Indignation.
Yes.
Yes.
He said that it is like your switch. And my husband says the same thing. There's like this switch. And when I work out, sometimes when I want to give up, my indignation, my switch comes for, if I have to save my children, I want to be physically fit enough to do it. I refuse to let something bad happen to them because I was too weak.
Sure.
And it like fires, I get red and sweaty thinking about it. It fires me up to run longer, run faster, lift heavier, do another rep, keep going.
Right. Get up, get it done. Jeez. Okay. Well, dude, I just felt a little bit of a switch.
I know.
In my bones, I think, a little bit.
Like if something bad's going to happen, I'll be damned. It's because I wasn't able to.
You don't want to be a victim.
Right.
Yeah. Dang.
Isn't that weird? I don't know.
No, it's not weird. And I think so here's the thing too, dude. I wasn't, again, going back to the sports thing, I didn't play sports, so I was never like the macho-y. I had older brothers, sure, we fought, but I was never like puffy. I wasn't that guy. I wasn't a bully, I wasn't soft, but I was like, I went to music and poetry and writing, and I was a singer, and so those things are little, I'm not saying that like you can't be a badass, but I went kind of that way. And so in my natural state isn't to book up and throw down. But to your point, I think, is that like you don't want to look like a target, right? By being soft, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw something, I want to say probably on TikTok, where a guy, some sort of like law enforcement profiler or whatever, that deals specifically with like abductions, interviewed, these men, predominantly men in jail, that are in jail because they abducted a kid or a woman or whatever their story is, and he had a list of like things that they looked for. They looked for, are you alone? Are you weak? Are you distracted on your phone? And they would sit in these parking lots, and there were boxes that were being checked. And even for some men, is there a man with you? Is the man weak looking? And so I think, to your point, that kind of proves it, is that, you don't want to look like an easy target, right?
No.
You kind of want to be prepared. Sure, I get that. That is a super big motivator.
Yeah.
For sure. So I appreciate that. And then going back to the question, though, is most people fail because they don't have that switch.
They don't. It's the
that
why.
Conviction. Yeah, they don't have it.
And it's there's no quick fix. It's discipline every day. Show up every day. Keep going, even if you don't see changes. It's a lifestyle. But if the why, and it's got to be the why. It has to be greater than your excuse.
Sure. No, I buy that. Yeah, it's that saying, and I hear it all the time. If you want to, you will. Right?
And if you don't, you'll make an excuse.
Right. Yeah.
And
so give me the why about Harr Fitt. Okay, so again, started in August. Mazel tov. That's awesome. Somebody lands on harrfitt.com. What's the why for them? What's the why for Harr Fitt?
I had this idea just to bring people together. And I love the idea of like showing up at somebody's house where all the girlfriends are together and they're, just chit-chatty and being silly. And then I show up and they all lay their yoga mats out and we do yoga and Pilates and I do a sound bowl meditation. And I just am a little part of their girls' day or girls' night.
Yeah.
And then I leave and
long gone are the Tupperware parties and like the sex toy parties and stuff. Renee shows up. It was
give you a good workout, give you a good stretch.
Her meditation bowl.
Yeah. So I liked that idea. And I also thought about corporate, like if you want me to come in and play a sound bowl meditation for your corporate office, or if you want me to, once a month is yoga, bring your yoga mat and Harr Fitt is showing up to give you just a corporate yoga class. I also started the stroller fitness. And then the weather just plays a little bit too much of a factor in that. So we're working on that.
Yeah. It's hard to get people, speaking of motivation, it's hard to get people out there in parkas. It's been crazy cold here in Florida, unnaturally. So.
And then it was very hot in August.
Well, yeah, dude.
very, very.
Yeah, Florida's a tough spot. For outdoor anything, right? If you've ever been to Disneyland, Busch Gardens, from your house to your car, or even in your car, that first 3 to 5 minutes is brutal.
Yeah.
What's okay? So I want to talk about the meditation bowl because I've seen a ton of it. I've never seen it in person. Talk to me about how did you get into this? Is it foo-foo science? Is it real science? Tell me everything.
I should have brought the bowls in. They're in my trunk. They're always in my trunk. I teach yoga class. It's a hot yoga sequence on Mondays at 10 at Yoga 6 Trinity, such a good studio. And I always bring the bowls because they are just, they're just so peaceful. They just really are.
Right, and it's frequency, right? It's a frequency thing?
They're so the bowls are tuned perfectly, perfect frequency. And our bodies, we all have our natural frequency. And frequency typically resonates with others. Sometimes, like maybe if you're walking with your group of friends and, these are friends you've had for a long time, like sometimes you'll be walking with the same foot at the same time, at the same pace.
Just kind of sync up.
Yeah. Bird, okay, even the birds, like they all are flapping in the same way. Like it's all, they are on the same frequency.
Resonant frequencies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and then the other idea is if one frequency is more powerful than the other, then the weaker one will naturally go to the more perfectly tuned one. So I have 7 bowls. In music, they use notes.
Sure.
But in the singing bowls, they use the frequency and the pitches. And it's not true to science, but typically the lower tones are for your lower chakras. There's 7 chakras. And then the higher pitched ones are for your, your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat chakra. And, but
you're blowing my mind. I didn't know. I have so many questions. Okay, keep going.
But it's not like, okay, this bowl is for your root chakra. That's your lowest chakra, so it should be the lowest sounding bowl. Some people feel it other places. So the idea is if you're imbalanced, when you hear the bowls, you being the weaker frequency, your energy and your frequency will resonate to the more powerful one, and then you feel more balanced. And I love it so much.
Yeah, I love that you love it. Frequency is a thing. As a musician, I totally understand it, how certain songs make you feel sad.
Yes.
Right? It's notes and frequency. So this is all rooted in actual real science. My question's this. You love it. Because you love it, do you think that it holds more, it has more influence over you? Or are you like perfect strangers come in and you're seeing, it actually works and you're seeing some benefits of that? In your opinion? Okay,
so I have never fully performed a sound bath. Mm-hmm. So typically, if you are going to use sound therapy, you could I have frosted crystal bowls. You could take the Tibetan metal bowls and now when you bang that, it vibrates so fast and is such a nice sound. You could literally put that on your body in certain places to physically break up the energy. Now, I have not done that. I am not trained for that.
Interesting. Okay.
But what I do know is that when I play for my friends, they love it. And when I got the bowls, we would play in the living room with my kids. Mm-hmm. They would literally fall asleep. And when my daughter would play, just intuitively, she would just keep going. And then when I play on my Monday yoga class, everybody they just give me such great feedback with a huge smile on their face, and they feel so peaceful. So that's enough for me.
Yeah. So I love that, because whether it's fact or fiction, who cares, right? I think, that's great. So, and again, I think there is a lot of science there.
Yeah.
And I think that what I love, the good and bad about the internet and the good and bad about information being shared and things, is that sure, there's a lot of BS out there, but there's also, we have a lot of access to, like, we're continuing to learn and discover old stuff. Obviously, you mentioned Tibet. So monks have used this, and certain Asian cultures use it, probably, even Indian culture as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sound matters.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So there has to be something there. And I like that we, as a people on this planet, are definitely more open to, like we were talking about, functional mushrooms and nootropics and peptides and all these things that, like, we're actually kind of going away from traditional and into some more, Eastern kind of stuff. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, one of the most powerful tools is the gong, and obviously that's been around for thousands of years. But at Yoga 6 Trinity, they once a month, I believe it's the last Sunday of the month, this man comes in. His name is George, and he brings, like, all of the instruments, but his main one is the gong. And I remember one time I flipped over on my belly, and I could just feel all the vibrations, like, on every single organ, just by laying on my belly. It's incredible. So it is definitely a thing. Yeah. I just have not gotten to that level yet.
Right, sure. You're in training. We're in experimentation. But yeah. Listen, I get it. So what's the biggest, so you start Harr Fitt, you're doing your thing. You mentioned, you can go to somebody's house, a bunch of girlfriends or a group, and you like being part of that. That's really, really special. I think it takes a certain kind of person to have that kind of joy and find joy in that. What's the biggest misconception you think that men or women, I imagine your classes are probably predominantly women if I had to guess, have about your fitness programs in general? I mean, is there like what do you think that most people struggle with from a misunderstanding standpoint, like expectations or?
Yeah, I think the struggle is the consistency and the discipline of really doing it. And I teach a sculpt class, and I'll say, get heavy weights. And I know everybody can do whatever weights they want, but I feel like maybe there's some people who play it a little safe, and they don't want to up the weight because maybe some of the girls don't want to get bulky. For me, I'm very lean, and it's just in my genetics. So it does look like I have, like, some muscle tone. Like, some people might not like that. It is sure. Sometimes I even look at myself when I was lifting heavy and I was eating a lot of calories. I was a little like, this is a little too much.
I think I remember seeing you at Chase and Kayla's, and this might have been like around the time maybe that you were about to do competition, you were training for that. But dude, you looked, and to my earlier point, you weren't like
no.
It was proportionate to your body, but you were cut.
It's a little bit of a lot. So,
it's commitment is what it is.
Yeah. So, it's just. So I don't want anybody to ever, but, like, also they're finding out that muscle mass on your body is like the ticket to longevity. The more leg muscle you have, the ticket to longevity. So I don't want anybody to shy away that they think they're going to bulk up if they grab 10s instead of 8s. So maybe that's a misconception. But other than that, I'm just happy people are showing up and that they're taking care of themselves, especially on the 6 a.m. class. It's very hard to get there on a 6 a.m. But
Sure.
I always remind people, like, you put your face mask on first, because if you can't take care of yourself, how do you take care of everybody else?
Sure.
And but I think it's the consistency, just making sure every day you make the right choice.
I love that analogy of the mask. It's true. I've heard it before, and I'm glad you said it again. What do you think? I feel like fitness obviously doesn't fail. I think that bad habits, bad systems, bad training, bad motivation, these are reasons that people fail in life in general, but as it relates to fitness, I'm pretty much named all the reasons why I don't do it. I'm pretty much telling on myself right now. What systems do you have at Harr Fitt for people maybe that are trying to get into it? They're clearly not as motivated as you or haven't been doing it as long as you. Is it coaching in the class as well as how to eat, macros? Do you do a menu? Like what's the extent of the practice or the program?
You know, when it comes to nutrition, that's tough. It is very tough. There are all sorts of body types. There's sorts of blood types. Then you add on, gluten intolerant or sensitive or allergic. I am not like a dietitian.
Like a nutritionist, yeah.
A
sure.
nutritionist. But I will tell you, I really like ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you type in, I'm this height, I'm this weight, I'm this gender.
My blood type's this.
I want, this is my goal, is to lose 10 pounds in a healthy manner. Write me, I don't like eggs and I don't like,
fish or whatever. Yeah.
Write me a meal plan. Boom. It's unbelievable. It
Yeah.
gives you every macro. It gives you every portion. So that's typically how if somebody was to ask me, that's typically my answer. Go into ChatGPT and enter this and then just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, Nike.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't work.
Right. Work the program. Whatever that program
is. It works
is.
if you work it.
So tell me, this was something too that Pam did. We were eating for our blood type, and by we I mean she. I tried. I was like, this is weird. What do you know about that? Like, what do you know the science? Like, it's so interesting to me that based on your blood type, your body's going to respond positively or negatively to fish versus, turkey or beef or whatever. That's so bizarre.
I read about it a while ago and I didn't retain enough information. I think I read maybe mine and it said like protein. So I'm like, cool, that's what I'm doing anyway. So that
Right.
works. But I really haven't really read into it. But it's very interesting. I should brush back up on that.
How much? It's super interesting. How much of? So let's turn to social media because your social media is great. Your workouts are
thank
legit.
you.
Again, you look great.
Thank you.
I think the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. How much of what you see on social media, being in the fitness realm in the industry, and even as you competed, right? So you're in it. How much of like what you see on social media actually transfers to like real life results or reality for the average man or woman?
Social media. Mm-hmm. What you see is not what it is all the time. It's just for the basic Photoshop. Okay, anybody can make their butt look bigger. Lighting is huge when it comes to muscles. The way that these girls are posing, it just, I don't know. It's not natural. They have on like full makeup, full hair, and they're in, gym clothes. But I got to admit, though, I freaking love them. I love watching it. I love the workouts. I love watching it. I love stealing some ideas from them. You know, you can't help but compare. But because I have done a show before, I know what goes into that. And I know how unhealthy it is. I mean, you're practically completely dehydrated when you hit the stage. So you can tell like that is a stage ready male or female. And that's not, it doesn't last.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable and it's not healthy. I love seeing the people who are like, the one dude who's getting dropped off out of a black Hummer and he has like the gas mask and the weighted vest and he's running as fast as the Hummer. I just think that stuff is so incredible. It's just incredible what I see on social media. But if you're like scrolling and you see this super fit girl and you think all she's doing is lifting 3 pounds and doing bicep curls, she's not.
Or she's on that stair thing.
Yeah, she's doing a lot. She's lifting really heavy. And that's what we're trying to, say, like, you have to lift. You got to be a little bit sore, a little bit, to really make that big change.
Well, so let me ask you a question as a woman and a mom about the hormone and we're in the same age group. The hormone shifts that happen with men and women, right? So with men, testosterone dips, that's a whole thing, right? That's where you get, you get the belly fat and a bunch of other, you lose your hair, et cetera. But for women, postpartum is a thing. Hormones are crazy, depending on, 1 kid, 2 kid, whatever you had. What do you say to that girl that comes into Harr Fitt and she's been coming, I'm going to make up a number. She's been coming for 90 days, 3 months. Mm-hmm. She ChatGPT'd a menu and she's super diligent and she's super committed and she's 3 or 4 days a week or whatever the hell that looks like. And isn't having, is super discouraged because she steps on the scale and it's like, sure, maybe there's some water weight dip, but she's not seeing this compounding, results.
Well, I'd ask what the goal is. Is the goal to hit a certain target on the scale? Because that's not ideal. That scale fluctuates regularly, especially for a woman. Every week is different. Every day could be different. Is the goal that she just wants to have more energy? Is the goal that she wants to be more flexible? Does she want to lose inches? Does she want to get off some kind of medication? But it is hard, 90 days. So you figure 3 months, 4 times a week, being super strict. You're going to find there's this saying that says it takes like 4 weeks of consistency for you to notice any change. It takes 6 weeks for like your closest people to maybe notice a change, but it takes like 8 to 12 weeks for other people to notice a change in you. Yeah. So, if there's a little bit of like body dysmorphia and you're counting on other people to validate what you look like, you got to kind of put it in the time. It's a consistent, gradual, the why has to be bigger than the excuse.
Sure.
But it is tough and it is discouraging, but that's why you do have rest days. So you can build yourself back up. That's why there is self-care. Choose 3 things that you enjoy that make you happy. Is it having hot coffee sitting on your porch? Is it talking to a girlfriend? Is it watching a funny show? Okay, you did those 3 things to make you happy and you got endorphins from working out. That's great. Enjoy a cupcake. It's going to be okay. Yeah. Find that joy that doesn't completely center around the way you look. That's hard. That's hard. But I think people our age are doing it. I think we're finally realizing, okay, social media was cool, but man, it like kind of can steal a little bit of joy if you're comparing yourself to all these people that you see. So let's go find joy elsewhere.
Even worse than that. And dude, again, I work in digital marketing, right? So I'm like on the sucker. It does more than steal your joy. It steals your time. It steals your focus. It can steal your drive. It can steal a lot, you know? And I think that it's a tool, right? The internet's a tool, and it's a powerful tool. And again, it's my whole business is on the internet, right? So like, I understand the value of what it is. But yeah, man, like we're going back to like how you're raising kids or how we were growing up. Like we're super intentional with our kids. Is that like they don't have iPads, you know, and TV times like you know it's Windows. YouTube, it's like approved stuff, and again, windows of that, right? And even we're super. I don't want to use the word strict, but we're very consistent with like this is okay, this isn't okay, this is when you can't do it, right? Even with just those little amounts, can I do that? And it's like, no, you're not watching YouTube.
It's a lot.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah,
and they're 7 and 5, so it's like. So it's addicting. It can be super dangerous, right? Depending if you don't have parental restrictions on, etc. But it's stealing something.
It's funny because I was just talking to this with John, and I yesterday I taught a class, and I wanted to videotape some of this like cardio dance. I'm throwing this Galentine's at Yoga 6 Trinity. It's Harr Fitt event. Yoga 6 Trinity is the perfect spot to like have it. We've got the weights. I'm bringing the gliders. It's going to be fun. So I'm like, okay, let's promote it, right? I remember you talking to Kayla about it, just consistency with the marketing.
Yeah.
So I videotape myself, fun, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, this is going to take forever to post because I made, maybe 4 or 5 videos to a song, each song, so now I have this 10-minute video and I'm going through, and I am not an expert on any of this, but I'm like, split, delete, shorten, speed,
right.
Doing all of these things. And finally, I feel like it's good enough to post. I post. Now what am I doing? How many views did it get? How many followers and non-followers? Who just left a comment? How many likes? I was on my phone all dang day today, and I looked at my husband, and I'm like, I don't even think I can function because I just spent so much time on Instagram.
Yeah, brain rotting. Yeah, that's why they call it brain rotting. Yeah.
And he's horrible. Like, it's a real thing, Renee. And I'm like, yeah. I literally think I'm experiencing it.
Yeah. It'll steal your soul. Yeah. So good. So as a professional, I'll tell you, the secret is just like you were mentioning about watch that show, get that joy, get that endorphins. It's the same thing. You got to shut it off. Have you ever been to Vegas?
For like 12 hours.
Okay. Listen, it's more than anybody. That's about as long as anybody should go to Vegas. But even gambling or anything like that, it's like it releases those endorphins where you just want. So the same people that understand the psychology and the behavior in Vegas have literally been part of the development of these apps. TikTok, the swipe, the swipe, the swipe, the swipe, the stuff that you just talked about. And it sucks. I have a podcast. Of course, the analytics matter to me.
I know.
Who's watching, how many downloads, these things, right? These numbers they matter. But it's not my entire existence isn't this show. My entire existence isn't my job, right? I built an agency and started an agency for the specific reason so I can do, you talked about priorities. My priorities are breakfast and dinner with my children and family every day, not some days, every night, right? Weekends. If I'm going to work 60 hours, I'm not doing it for some schmo anymore. I'll do it for me. Yeah, I'll be 100% reap those benefits. And my point of bringing that up is that, you just have to set discipline. You have to set some some guardrails up, right?
The discipline is
Boundaries,
hard.
and then you have to have the discipline. Because it's, and I'm not going to sit here and lie. I bring my phone to the bathroom all the time. I'm in there way longer than I need to be, right? Which is crazy, right? We all do it.
Yep.
We all do it, and it's like, don't even bring it. Sometimes I'm not even in there using the bathroom. I just need a quiet place to sit down because I want to get away from the kids. Sorry, babe, that's the truth. Right? Like, it is what it is. I know I'm not the only person that does that.
You're definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, shit, I just need 8 to 25 minutes
of getting that dopamine hit.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy?
So you can just like be mindless for a second. I know. Wild. It is. It's crazy.
Yeah. The fitness industry definitely, there's some confusion out there, and I see that it's like, do this, don't do that. This is really important. Carbs are the enemy. Carbs are really important. Too much protein will kill you. Not enough protein you're going to die. It doesn't. Depending on where you go, you're going to find some information. So, what advice would you give to someone, like when people come to you, brand new? Hey, Renee, I haven't worked out in 2 years. Where do we start?
Yeah. So, I would start with the basics. Just, okay, let's talk about the goals and let's get some dumbbells in your hands and let's start squatting and let's start stepping up and let's start stretching and getting your muscles moving. And you're going to be sore and you're going to have to do it again. And here's this, just move your body.
Motion is lotion. I heard that one time, and then I said it to Pam, and now it's like a joke in the house. Motion is lotion.
Yep.
Just keep moving.
Just keep going.
Yeah, keep moving.
Keep going. And then have a community, having an accountability partner, joining a gym with classes so that you have to be somewhere at a time. And if you don't show up, you're getting charged. That's a huge motivator. Nobody wants to just throw away $15 because they decided they didn't feel like it. So I really that's why I'm more into group fitness than personal one-on-one training. The group fitness, when you have a class that's packed and there's energy and people are wooing and breathing hard and high-fiving each other, it's just electric. So my biggest advice, if somebody was to come to me, is find an exercise that you like and do it with other people and a community and be around like-minded people, because who you hang around, that is going to be your influence right there.
Sure.
And if you want to follow a bunch of super fit people on social media, do it. But then also go and do it. Do what they're doing.
Go and do it.
And that's one of the things I do with group fitness is a lot of people will ask me, where do you come up with these moves? And I'm like, I watch them on Instagram and I bring them to you. And they're like, oh, I never thought I could do that with my body. Yeah, that's because we watch it, but we don't ever try it.
Right.
So I like to bring those little spicy moves to the group fitness.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the biggest mistake beginners make? And I know that you do a lot of things. So you can do heavy bulk, you can do stretch and yoga, fluid. I always call it fluid Pilates. You mentioned hot Pilates.
Yeah.
So you have a very wide, focus. But so let's just start with yoga. What's a beginner mistake in yoga?
I think just using the core. For example, if I say put your arms in T, step your right foot forward, bring your thigh parallel to the floor, you're in a warrior two, right? Now we're going to take a nice inhale and we're going to lean and tip forward, put your elbow on your thigh and reach your left arm over. The question I'm thinking, how many people are leaning into their leg or are they just in that position? How many people, are, if you're in a warrior two, are you leaning too far or can you pull your rib cage up over your hips and bring your spine back in alignment? Mm-hmm. I think it's hard for people to just pay attention to their body, specifically their core, keeping your back flat on the mat when you're in sculpt, if you're doing a deadlift, is your back rounded. You're going to hurt yourself. You've got to use that core and tighten up from spine to belly button, or it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good.
Right. So that's a big beginner mistake, is people don't understand the value or even they're not aware of their body and what the core is doing.
And in yoga specifically is learning how to relax the muscles that are not being used. Like, relax your face. Some people make this gritty face. You want to relax it. Sometimes in, maybe chair pose, your arms are up, but their shoulders are right up on their ears. And if you notice, we're texting and we're typing, we need to learn to drop the shoulders down and create that space. I just did it.
As soon as you said it, I was like, I just sunk back. I'm on there
It is. It just drop the shoulders down.
Funny. That's funny.
Got to learn how to relax in yoga.
Okay, so then that leads me to a next one. Cardio versus strength. What matters more?
I think you get your cardio in your strength workout if you're doing your strength workout hard.
Right.
Because if you're squatting heavy, your heart should be racing, and then you let it come back down, and then you do your another set, and you let it come back down. So that's your HIIT training, high intensity interval. That's your interval. So I really don't do cardio.
Sure.
Because if you're doing your workout right, your heart rate should be going and you're getting your cardio in.
Gotcha.
But the days in the past, the days of doing an hour on the treadmill, days of doing the elliptical for an hour, like those days are done. We're not, unless you're training for a marathon, like those days you're not doing them. I do like the Stairmaster though. Not gonna lie.
So why, when you say those days are done, what do you mean? What's motivating that?
Well, people have realized that muscle is the key to longevity. So they do need muscle, or they are going to fall and break a hip, or they are going to have early onset osteoporosis. The muscles aren't going to be strong if you're never making impact with the ground, if they never have a reason to be strong. So we do jump and we do a little bit of cardio. But like the whole, I'm just going to go to the gym and go on the treadmill for so many hours and then switch to the elliptical. I did that. I did do that because I thought that's what it was. But then I learned
that it's doing nothing.
No, but I do think, but that's for me and my body.
Sure.
That's for me and my body. Another type of body, it might be, we need to work on the cardio. We need to get our stamina up.
Sure. Got it. How many days a week is enough? And I know you're going to say it depends on your goal. But what's like a good week? Like,
now that I'm in my 40s, if I can do 3 days, then I'm good.
Right.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right.
Like, it's okay. It's not, again, unless you're trying to fit into a certain running dress or prepare for a cruise. But it's all about sustainability. You have to do what's sustainable.
Right. Yeah, we've been doing like the meal prepping. Actually, Pam's been doing it. We've been doing it for anything she eats, I pretty much eat. Now, I also eat other things that she doesn't eat. But anything she eats, I pretty much eat. And everything's measured out, and it's in, she meal preps on Sunday.
That's awesome.
And then meal preps again on Wednesday. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's all just grab and go. All fresh cooked stuff. There's my brother and his wife are dinks. You know what a dink is? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So they use.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is great. Yeah. And they both work in tech, so they're rich as shit.
Oh, my God.
Good for them. We love you guys. But they use it. I guess there's a lot of companies now that you can buy and get it delivered, and they use one of those, and they said they're great. But yeah, we don't, because we have 2 kids. We're not dinks.
No. Yeah. So expensive.
So expensive.
That's why, you know what, I kind of got away.
They are tasty, though. I did try one more time.
Yeah, like that Factor or something.
I think that is what it was called. Yeah.
I got away from meal prepping because I did it, and I turned out wasting food. Like, I ended up wasting it.
How so? What do you mean?
Discipline.
Yeah.
I'll get busy on a project, and next thing you know, I didn't eat lunch.
Yeah.
So you being disciplined on eating regularly, that's hard.
Are you into fasting? Again, there's so many fads, man. There's the shot, which I'm totally against.
No, yeah.
Everybody that's taking, I don't even forget, with LG, something has a name to it.
I don't know.
The diabetes shot that everybody's taking, it's all over the fucking place right now. I forget what it's called. Anyway, I'm against that. I think that's crap. And then fasting, we did do a week, a 7-day fast. And it was like, it wasn't pure fast. It was just like super reduced, tons of water, a lot of tea. You took a bunch of fish oil and vitamins and shit. There was like these soups, came in a box. Prolon, I think is what it was called. Kind of hard, but completely reduced inflammation. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But then we just go back to meal prepping, right? So again, I think it goes to the why. Why were we doing it? I think we're kind of doing it, it's kind of a challenge. Can we even do it? It's kind of fun. We did it together, and then the health benefits. I did feel a massive reduction in inflammation, right?
I don't do fasting. I don't. But if I was going to, my brother does it every once in a while. From what I believe, or from what I've researched and what he's researched, is context, both of my parents passed away of cancer. So when you do fast and you starve your body of, sugar, then the good cells basically, I'm probably not saying this right, but in my brain, this is what it does. The good cells eat the bad cells for like nutrition, and then the cancer cells like can't survive. Yeah,
no, I think you're right on. I think cancer feeds off like the sugar. Sugar, right?
So if I was to do it, it would be for that purpose. Yeah. But I haven't done it yet.
So you're not for or against it?
No, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. And I think one of my favorite things to do would be like, if I was to fast, it would be like, make sure I don't eat anything after 6 p.m. So that when I wake up at 7 or 8 or 9, then it's
more of like an intermittent fasting or a prolonged,
that's where I would go with that.
Sure. I get it. Totally get it. All right, I'm going to move over to your business. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. So you just started?
Yes.
How's it going? It's okay.
It's all right.
Listen.
Well, I'm really excited for this Galentine's event because this is a really great catalyst to what I want to do. And I did have a little bit of a girls' weekend with some of my girlfriends in Indian Rocks Beach. And what I kind of provided for them was what I would love to do. And they got good feedback. They gave me good feedback. So it's a good start.
So hit me with, what is the Galentine's event? Hit me with the full details.
February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. It's also Friday the 13th. It's at 7:00. And I'm going to do some of the singing bowls to kind of transition from whatever the outside world brings into Galentine's. Singing bowls will transition, and then we'll have some yoga, good playlist, have some dancey, fun, cardio, sculpt, Pilates, music. And then we're having wine and chocolates afterwards. So it's just going to be that girls' night out. I feel like nobody dances anymore. And
That's true.
every girl that I know, everybody's like, I just miss going to the club, and I just miss dancing. What was that, Dane Cook? I just want to dance.
I just want to dance. It was Dane Cook, yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
and so it's like, let's dance then. Why not? This is going to be fun, and we'll sweat and have cool lights and loud music and just be fun with each other.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
And so it's Friday the 13th. Where are we doing this?
At Yoga 6 Trinity.
Yoga 6 Trinity. Okay, so that's in right here in Trinity on Friday the 13th. So you just started in August. What does success look like to you? What's the goal? I mean, you mentioned a lot of things that you like, getting gals together, the energy, the vibe in the room. Obviously, health is a major goal, probably top too.
Oh, yeah.
But what for the business, like where's your vision? What does 3 years from now look like for Renee?
3 years from now would be me not working at a studio, me being my own boss and teaching what I want to teach and how I want to teach it. Doing outdoor events like in a beautiful park or at a beach, or at a brewery where, just people come to have fun. It's really, I just want community and good music and people moving their body and then just hanging out afterwards and bringing the kids and husbands with their wives and stuff, like just the whole family atmosphere with a little bit of fun to where I get to do it my way. That would be ideal. And then show, in the meantime, 3 years, because my daughter's 8 and she's very with it. She gets everything. That you can pursue your passion, and it's hard work, but you can do it. And I'd love to have an online audience where I could, teach from my home to whoever else is at their home and just kind of share it. But it's hard. The online presence of fitness industry is very
super saturated.
Saturated.
Oh yeah. But I think, so is the podcast world, and so are marketing agencies. Everything. I think that movements, you said the word, and the word is community. And I think that, especially with what you're doing, because it affects so many people, there's a tangible result to that. I feel better, I look better, I feel healthier, I am healthier, etc. Right? And people crave it. Mm-hmm. There's a saying that goes like this. It says, niches create riches, right? And so find that niche. Be different. The only way to compete is to be different, because you're not going to ever financially compete from like an advertising standpoint, at least not initially, right? So you have to be different, and not different for different sake, but you just have to do a good job explaining and demonstrating why Harr Fitt, why Renee, why this over a Burn or any of the people that you recommend, who are all great. All of them have super. This isn't crapping or dunking on anybody. It's just like that. This is information for anybody that owns a business that competes with other businesses. It's like, okay, well, why us? Maybe it's location. Why us? You mentioned I'll come to your house, bring your girlfriends over, right, or whatever, or we do an event on the beach. But whatever that is, you got to try to find the. Yeah. That they call it a unique sales position, right? You got to find that. It's a USP.
USP.
But I think that I love it. I love what you're doing. I'm a huge fan of local, independently owned anything. I try to shop local as best as I can. All of our merchandise, a local guy, and even though it's not cheaper than Amazon, not cheaper than China. But it's local, and I love it, right? So yeah, my heart is with you. If someone listening right now feels stuck, right? Going back to that, I think I kind of asked this, but I'll ask you again. What's the first thing you want them to do tomorrow?
Just get in the car and drive someplace and look at it. That's it. Like, because if you Google it, these things are going to pop up and no, all right, yeah, how much, no. Then you literally never even. But if you can get in your car, they say sometimes just to create the habit of working out, just get in your car and drive to the gym. Like, that's it. For a whole week, just drive to the gym and then drive home. Don't even get out. And then just creating that habit, and then get out of the gym, look around. Or me personally, the gym, I haven't been in a while because I really am loving my Pilates reformer right now. But like the gym I go to, it's all old people. It's all old people. And I look at these old people and they are killing it on the pull-up machine, on the Stairmaster, using the dumbbells, talking to each other. They show up every day. And I'm like, yeah, 100%. I want that. I do not want to go to another gym with like steroid monkeys and the girl in absolutely nothing, who's videoed.
Or those new yoga pants that shove your butt up. They're hideous.
Oh, yeah. Who would ever wear those?
These girls, how dare they?
They're great.
Rude.
I just don't want to see them, right? They're great. Everybody's butt looks great in those.
Yeah.
I like the old people. I do.
More your speed.
It's just so motivating.
Real.
And it is real.
They're not
and it's
posing.
hard for them.
Yeah, they're not posing.
It's not easy for them to, it takes a lot of confidence to walk into a gym if you're 80 something years old and just say, all right, I'm doing it. So I like that. But go to the yoga studios, maybe you want a peaceful vibe. Maybe you want a more trendy vibe. Go to the Pilates studio. Maybe you like the one that is a full reformer. Maybe you like the one that's a mat Pilates. But if you don't go, it's just the internet. It's just not.
Yeah. Get unstuck.
You got to get unstuck.
Get up, get unstuck. Get your ass out there, guys. You hear that? And this is to you, Justin, when you're looking through this edit. Get your ass out there, Justin. Sort yourself out. Get your shit together. Dude, Renee, you've been super. I love this. I appreciate you coming out. You've been incredible. I've learned a lot about you. I really love. I do want to I want to witness the bowls.
Yes.
It sounds super cool.
Yeah.
I love how grounded you are. It's really cool. I know we've talked a little bit here and there, but I've never actually had a moment to sit down for an hour and chat. And I'm glad you came by. I'm glad you said yes. So you're gonna look to this camera right here. Tell people, guys, this is Renee. Tell people where they can find Harr Fitt.
So my Instagram is Harr Fitt, FITT, and harrfitt.com is up and live and running, and and that's mostly it. Instagram, and if you ever have any questions, DM me, and I will get back to you immediately.
Awesome. Dude, that's, again, I think that, I think you're doing stuff that matters. And because of that, all you need is time.
Yes.
And I think in time, it'll grow. Just like just like the workout and the muscles, just time and consistency and effort, and you will see an impact.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. This was
pleasure.
Awesome.
No, I appreciate it. And guys, if you like the episode, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.